Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking to Mrs. Raihana Mahbub about the good work that Ruposhi Bangla has done. This organization was established by Mrs. Raihana Mahbub and her husband, Dr. Mahbubuddin Ahmed, and this is now nearly 40 years old, 40. They celebrated 25 years of its establishment some time ago, and it was appreciated by everybody, the good work. Now, I go back to her and ask her, what were the circumstances in which you established the organization that were a demand for knowledge about Bangla and Bangladesh? Now, how far have you been able to satisfy that demand or thirst for knowledge in these 40 years?
There is two things. You see, we need food for our tummy to fulfill our appetite.
True,
but
true.
there is something else as well.
Food for
which
thought.
is food for thought, food for mind. And Ruposhi Bangla, in that respect, I think at least up to certain level we have fulfilled that appetite of people through importing books from Bangladesh and from India. For last 40 years, you know, we have been importing books, and we supplied these books to lots of libraries. At one point, almost 60 libraries were buying books from Ruposhi Bangla. And this was possible because there was an organization called Laser, and through SILA, that is a cooperative for Indian languages. So through that organization, Indic languages, yeah. So Indic language. So through that, we were supplying books to almost 50-60 libraries all over Britain. Apart from that, we used to supply Bangla Academy's magazine to SOAS. We supplied books to SOAS. We used to supply books to Commonwealth Institute. We used to supply books to magazine. It's a law journal to Cambridge University Law School. So then we supplied jute and rice husk to Newcastle upon Tyne University over there. So
for
all
research purposes.
For research purpose. We supplied books to Sweden, we supplied books to Italy, and because of William Redici, we got individual customers coming from Germany, from France, and we used to get letters and anything and everything. Ruposhi Bangla was there for anything and everything published and printed or available from Bangladesh. That was our main purpose. So in that respect, I'll say at least we managed to bridge the two cultures over here. So in that respect, I think at least up to certain level we have managed.
To certain extent, you have been able to satisfy the demand, and you think that whatever you have done, you are satisfied with whatever has been done, because if you had not done, there might have been a gap. And as I was saying during the break time, we were talking about that a lot of us living in this country, we contribute 10 pounds or 20 pounds or 5 pounds every month to a particular charity, and then we forget we have done our job, we have done our human interest or human responsibility. But giving time and effort is more important. You can spend 10 pounds, 12 pounds, 20 pounds, but that does not mean that your responsibility is over. Giving time is more important, and that is what you have been doing.
My husband used to say that although I'm not earning any money, but I'm working for the community. Because I used to ask him, oh, you are not doing anything. I'm not earning money, bringing money, but I'm working for the community, and I get enormous satisfaction from them, from this work. But you said the satisfaction, there is a level of satisfaction.
True.
Maybe I'm not 100% satisfied. True. I could have done more probably, but I tried my level best. That's the only thing I can say, that I tried my level best, and I was lucky that I was at the right time, at the right place, with the right materials, and I got enormous support from the Bangladeshi community living here, and Bengali speaking community, not only from Bangladesh but also from West Bengal, and also local community. And there was a demand at that time because Bangladesh was newly created a country, so people still had fresh everything in their mind.
At one time you had 40,000 books in your building, see, four floors, see.
Yeah, we had.
So you were living with books, you see.
Yeah, I was living in books, breathing in books, sleeping with books, and I'm still doing that.
And you decided to go and learn something about library science. When was that and how was that?
At the age of 40, I went to library school, which is UCL, University College London. I went to do my master's in library science, and also I had to learn the diploma for cataloging. So it took me 1 year. I was a full-time student, but I enjoyed so much. I enjoyed it very much. My teachers were very, very supportive and said that, Raihana, you are a mature student, please do come whenever you want. So they were encouraging me as well. I was lucky all through. And in this respect, I would like to just say a poem by Tagore, and it says, Amare jano, amare na jano kori prochar, amar apon kaje, tomari ichha karo he purno, amar jibon majhe. Let me not proclaim myself through my own deeds. May your wish prevail all my life. It's all the wish of Almighty God, Almighty Allah. By one thing I always think nowadays, that I'm standing on a time. It is the time is the main factor. It's not the person, it's the time. At that time, what was required, what was needed, and I had to fulfill it, and I was there. And it is because Allah's wish. I may not be here in 1974, but Allah has created, He has carved something for me, and I had to fulfill it. And I try to do it to the best of my ability, with my honesty, with my sincerity. And I always thought about my customers, my well-wishers, my friends, and everybody. I liked everybody, all of them. Whoever came to Ruposhi Bangla, it seemed to me they are one of my own person.
Oh, similar thoughts, if you remember, it's been expressed in the Surah Al-Asr, Wal-Asr inna lil-insana lafil khusr. And this is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that by the time, as you mentioned, by the time man is at a loss.
Exactly so. Now I think that it is not me, it is Almighty Allah, and the time He has destined for me. That was my destiny, that at that time I'll be here, I shall be doing it. And my test is that whether I'm fulfilling that duty properly, how much time, how much sincerity, how much dedication, honesty I'm putting into that. That is the main thing.
As somebody who has devoted his life to the propagation of Bengali language, you know, the teaching that is being done in most of the boroughs in this country for the purpose of enabling students to take O-levels in Bengali language. Do you think that it is up to that level, the students who pass O-levels in Bengali language? Can they be do they know as much as a student in Bangladesh would know?
Oh, not at all, not at all. Recently I was writing an article or something, and I mentioned the books that we import from Bangladesh and from India. These books are suitable for the people who were born and brought up in Bangladesh, who had a formal education in Bangladesh. Those are not suitable for the children born and brought up over here, because for them their level of Bangla, their level of understanding, the level of knowledge, the level of experience is completely different.
But what about the level of teachers who are teaching this language?
Teachers, I think there are lots of teachers training going on. So I think the education authority, they are always trying their level best to keep them up to par with other foreign languages, like they're learning German, French, Spanish and other languages. So the Bengali also treated as a modern language, and they are also trying to bring it up to that par. But unfortunately, my experience is that we lack a lot of materials.
Right.
And I don't blame the teachers at all.
No,
they really work hard. They have got tremendous pressure on them. And I'm in such a position that I wish I could do a bit more to help them. But I congratulate and salute our teachers. They're working very hard.
True.
It is.
I see similar scene in French language classes, see, because those students who do pass in French, I mean pass in French, and they have taken it in O levels. You see, they're neither here nor there. I mean, my children took French, and when I wanted them to speak to people in France when we were there, it was just very rudimentary, I mean, very elementary language that they had learned, you see. So that was disappointing, because I thought that they would be able to at least continue a normal conversation with the shopkeeper or somebody else.
But it is a matter of practice. Yeah, unless we practice, we forget. We can forget anything.
That is one thing very important in any teaching foreign language. And Bengali might be, it is the mother tongue of most students in this country, but they are living in a foreign country. We are bombarded by English and other languages 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
When you shut the door, you are back to Bangladesh. Whether we speak correct Bengali or not, whether some people are speaking using a different dialect, the mothers, fathers may not be the best speakers of the language, I mean Bengali. So the students who are learning are at a great disadvantage, and that has to be realized before assessing them how much they have achieved in this limited time, see. Because an atmosphere is created, an artificial atmosphere is created in the classroom for them to learn Bengali. The moment they walk out of the classroom, they are not listening to Bengali language. See, the students, young boys and girls, they talk to each other in English.
In English, yeah.
And that is one of the great disadvantages of learning any language, foreign or mother tongue here, but in a foreign setting.
Well, in this respect, I can say that you see, in language there is three things. One is spoken, one is written, and one is reading. Reading, writing, and spoken. I think spoken Bangla will continue for many years to come.
True.
Yeah, but reading and writing, it will gradually.
We are running out of time. Mrs. Raihana Mahbuba, if you would like to say a few words to our viewers.
Thank you very much for listening to me, and thank you very much for your support for Ruposhi Bangla, love and affection for Ruposhi Bangla and for Bangladesh and Bengali language, literature and culture. And I would like to thank NTV's staff and other members.
And the production team.
And the production team for inviting me and doing all the hard work behind the scene. Thank you very much. And at the same time, I would like to say that we who are immigrant in this country after 42 years, I don't feel like immigrant anymore. I feel like very much British, and I think that I'm in a very good position. I have got the experience of both the countries. So I'm fortunate that I have got the best of both worlds, from Bangladesh and from the Britain. So I'm grateful.
Thank you very much for being with us. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, viewers, for being with us, and we will see you again next week, same time, same channel. In the meantime, take care. Again, next week we have a distinguished guest for your pleasure. Thank you.